Gaffer, first set of minutes in the legs this afternoon, what do you make of that one?
Well, firstly, it's first game back for the boys in pre-season. A very important part of the season, obviously, in terms of getting the fitness levels up. The players have been brilliant in the last 10 days. Worked really, really hard, and today was the perfect opportunity to get each player 45 minutes. So, very much a fitness exercise, albeit you want to try and implement some of the tactical element as well, and some of the stuff that we have been working on during the week. The conditions weren't ideal. Since we've been back, the weather here at St Andrews has been perfect, but unfortunately this morning there was a 30-mile-an-hour wind, which didn't help either team. But in terms of what we were looking for, I think we got it. The result in these types of games aren't the most important thing, albeit you want to get in good habits. You want to get used to that winning feeling, and delighted today to get the win. Scored some good goals and possibly could have scored some more as well. We've hit the woodwork on a couple of occasions, and these Fife goalkeeper made one or two very, very good saves in the first half. So some decent individual performances, good opportunity for the new guys to get playing with their new teammates, and all in all a very good practice.
You mentioned a change in sort of team at half time, but 2 of our 3 goals came from academy graduates. Must be quite pleasing.
Yeah, well, it was a great opportunity to give some of those younger members of the squad an opportunity as well. We've had quite a few of them up training with the first team since we've came back. It gives me a good opportunity to really run the rule over them, and I'm glad to say that 1 or 2 of them have really taken their chance. Not just with the goals this morning, but in the last 10 days, a couple of the players have really stepped up, which I'm very pleased about.
You mentioned the last 10 days. What have your demands been on the players since they've been back? I guess it's been quite tough. Well,
yeah, look, pre-season is always tough. I would imagine, every squad out there is getting pushed, and the demands are always quite high at this time of the season. Delighted to say, the players clearly haven't had a long break, so the fitness levels when they've came back, haven't deteriorated a great deal. The most important thing for me is that we go into the season when the competitive games come round. Obviously, 15th of July is just around the corner. 2 weeks today is our first real competitive game, and we want to be in good shape going into that one. But it'll probably be a couple of weeks maybe after that one where the boys are really at their peak levels of fitness. But it's it'll be one of the toughest pre-seasons, I'd imagine, that the boys will experience. But the fitness levels are crucial now in the modern day game, and it's something that I'm very big on.
I suppose from your point of view as well, it is probably the first real chance you've had of a long time on the training pitch with the players since you've come in. How important will that be ahead of the season?
Yeah, of course, at the tail end of last season, you're coming in at a time where it's difficult to really make huge, drastic changes because of the limited time you have with the players. But pre-season is the perfect opportunity for any manager to really bed down their tactics and the key principles that we look for, whether we're defending or attacking. And as I said, the fitness levels are massive. So, the boys have applied themselves really well over the last 10 days. There's a great attitude and a great camaraderie within the group, which is always key. And we're looking forward to what next week will bring. Gradually, as the weeks go by, you put different demands on the players, and the intensity levels of training week by week will increase. But hopefully everybody comes through this afternoon's game in a full bill of health, and then on Monday we've got a fully fit squad to go and work with again.
You've touched on them already, but you've made 3 additions to the squad this summer. How have you guys settled in?
Settled in brilliantly. 3 very good characters in the dressing room, 3 leaders. Set good examples in training, put demands on each other as well, on their teammates. It's as if they've been here for a lot longer than just the 10 days. And the guys that are here have been very welcoming to them as well, and made them settle in all that bit quicker.
I suppose you touched on it already again, but 2 weeks till the first sort of real competitive game. But yesterday our fixtures were announced, starting with a Friday night trip to Arbroath. What are your thoughts on the season?
Yeah, very excited, obviously. It becomes more real, if you like, when those fixtures are finally out there, and you can plan for the season ahead. You know, we're not thinking too far ahead to the Arbroath game yet. We have to focus on the League Cup group stage first, and we've tried to think along those lines with regards to the friendlies that we've organised. You know, this East Fife game is a similar game that we're going to face when we play the likes of Peterhead in the League Cup game. So, you know, similar level of opposition. You know, we trying to make the guys visualise what those types of games look like, and I thought today was a really good test. You know, East Fife will do well at their own league. I think they'll be up there competing for promotion. They've got some very good young players in their team and some good experience. So I think today was a good test for us, giving, you know, we've only been in training for 10 days. There's lots and lots of stuff for us to improve on. But in terms of the attitude and the application that was there from the players, that was the most important thing for me today, and that the messages that we've been giving them over the course of the last 10 days is actually, they've taken those messages on board. But yeah, look, we're excited for the season ahead. We you know, we're going to still continue to add some new faces over the next week or so as well, because we still need to strengthen in key areas. But you know, it's a good start. I'm very, very pleased with what I've seen up to now.